Oh my god. Brother, you can never play Blackbeard again. That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. And because you got one kill, you're just running through the whole map. Oh, I killed one guy. There can't be any more roamers. I don't have to draw anything. Your bad gameplay crashed my game, dude. Look at that. My game broke because you're so... What's up? Welcome back to Spectating Nightmares. Woo! Bad gameplay at it again this week. Every single week, every single Thursday. It's great. It's awesome. We're going back to Oregon today because despite making an entire map guide for the entire map, you guys still somehow don't know how to play it. Today's victim is Ryan Stecken, who thinks he could get Emerald 5 and is peak Gold 5. So probably not. Let's find out. I often rely on my teammates or they are bad, and I think I have bad positioning, bad to little awareness, often blind because I'm not paying too much attention. I don't drone enough. Sounds like Copper, dude. What the hell? At least he's aware. More aware than the Coppers, that's for sure. I play operators like Grim Striker, Blackbeard as well on defense, like Cade Frost and everything. That sounds pretty like good operator picks. Guess we'll see if we play him right. I'd like you to wreck me as much as possible. Enough said. Let's get into it, boys. All right, we are starting off on top floor of Oregon. Love to see it. Okay. Ryan AFK, also love to see it. All right, this is the right rotate. That's a good start. Making the default setup is a fantastic start. Good shit, Ryan. This is a great map. That's a great map. One under pit, too. Fantastic. Perfect, you know? So far, so good. I haven't seen a single issue with the site setup yet, at least to the part I was paying attention to. We got one more map. We're not going to put it big window. This one will probably get shot, but it's not the worst thing. They might be aiming up. A lot of time, if you're not playing there, they're probably going to look down and shoot it just because they're not used to, like, having the pressure over there anyway. This is good. I mean, so far, I have seen 0 mistakes. Good job, Ryan. Let's go. We love a humble king. I love when you guys just call yourself so ass and so bad, and then you're like kind of not that bad, but it's only been the prep phase, so you know, I feel like this might get much worse. All right, we're playing on site. This is also great. I mean, it's the most important map control in the entire game. Getting the drones. Good work. Let's go. 2 of your teammates are dead. Not your fault, but that's something you got to take into account, right? For next rounds, like, hey, my teammates are hella aggressive. You might want to play aggressive with them. What's the problem here? Why am I pausing the video, guys? What's the problem? See a problem here? You're exposed to top main and you're not watching it. You're putting yourself in the middle you're putting yourself vulnerable to being shot in the back. So if you want to hold this window, I really hope you move, because you're just sitting in the middle of the open. You see this? They can see you. You gotta be aware of what you're exposing yourself to, and ideally, you're never exposing yourself to be shot in the back. And plus you're never gonna kill someone like this. Like, he opened the window, but there's nobody there. Like, he has to repel into, like, I don't know. It's a little weird. That's all. It's a little weird. We still have the shield in the pocket, which is an issue. Okay, right now, what's the biggest problem here? What's the biggest problem with Ryan, guys? And you guys might know the answer, especially if you watch these every week. This dude's just standing in the middle of the open. Let's say someone snuck in the attic like Mav or something, or you just didn't hear them, or you're just bad, which is a possible outcome. You cross this line of sight, which is a death zone. If you watch the top floor defense guide, you would know that. You cross this line of sight, blissfully unaware. You weren't even aiming at it. This breach is open. This has been open the entire time, and you've exposed it to yourself for the past 30 seconds straight, and now you're finally ADSing at it. You should have been watching this the whole time. All you have to do to defend this is sit here and hold this, just like you are now, but do it the entire round. You can't get killed from kids window. There's nothing going wrong. Like, basically the past 45 seconds, if they did anything overly aggressive, you are dead. So you want to just be aware and pick that up earlier. Now you're overexposing yourself to master. What's the problem with this? Why is this a bad peek, guys? Look how slow you're peeking into them. If they're crouched behind the bed, you didn't check any of the angles. You're just like, if he's just holding this, you die, and attackers have better guns, so you're just dead, and you don't want to do that. Very high risk play, okay? If you want to improve from silver or gold, you want to reduce the amount of high risk plays. You got to think of this game as like playing a hand of blackjack, right? It's like, yeah, you could hit when you have 17, but it's more than likely that you're going to bust. You could get a 3 or a 4 or a 2, but the odds are you're going to get the higher card and bust. You don't want to bust. The chances of you busting when you reinforce the reinforcement that is exposed to the only positions they are in is very high. Luckily, you just pulled a 2 or a 3 and the ace has no eardrums, okay? How are we supposed to know he has no eardrums? I don't know, you guessed. But if that's the case, we probably don't want to do that. So we got to do some risk assessment. It's why it's important, and it's why it's a high-level skill, is because sometimes it's hard to tell. Again, lucky that this guy peeked into when you were holding it, because you weren't holding it the rest of the time. And that is the only angle you should be holding, because it's the only thing you're constantly exposed to in this position. So the problem with this is we're playing this and we're looking for kills. I'll show you how to play pit, guys. So when you play pit, you can peek this. You can peek it aggressively. You probably want a more quick peek just to check for information and then pick up the angle, but you still have to be aware of this. I prefer just reinforce this wall completely, but if you are going to keep it open, you want to aim at this the whole time. Then if you hear them start pushing sight, that's when you turn around and start peeking this way. Or you can hold the breach, but you have to be worried about the window. It's a hard position to play properly. You can put a shield here and then you can reinforce that, and then you could just play the shield. Why? Because now they can't hop in the breach without clearing the shield first, and they can't walk in here and plant because you could just swing them if they do that. Now you might have to fight the guy on the breach first, but they can't basically plant here unless they're covering it appropriately, and in that case your teammates can peek them from over here. So as the pit player, all you need to do is stay alive. Like, your job in pit is just to stay alive and make them plant, because when they go for a plant, they can't do anything. And if you look at the other team here, they have nothing to really plant with besides 2 smokes, and the only guy that could use the smokes is the guy over here with the diffuser, and he doesn't have smokes because he's a moron, because you're playing in silver and gold. So if you just don't die, you win the round. Whether you kill ace or knock or not, because those guys can't plant, they don't have the utility to do it too, right? And the other team isn't going to hit a freaking perfect site execute and plant the bomb properly. So all you have to do is hold across, make sure they don't get to the safe plant area, which is here, and then there's nowhere else safer than the plant that you can't just kill them from pit or big window. So really just staying alive here is your best case scenario. It's just so hard to say because most of the people in this game are so ass that they just get clapped. Then again, you did lose 2 picks, so getting this first aggressive pick isn't really the worst case scenario, you know? So at the end of the day, yes, very high risk, not the most optimal way to get the numbers back, but kind of you want to, like, it's a fine line, right? It's a gray area, let's say. Okay, this guy's on big window repel. What should you do? Not big window, sorry, kids window repel. The second you hear this motherfucker go to kids window repel, what is the solution here, guys? I'll give you a hint. I'm looking right at it. The pit window. Boom. Hop up there, kill this motherfucker. Like, he is not going to react. You are going to kill him so fast. You can use your gun to just shoot the side panel out and not break the glass since you haven't broken yet. Then he won't even hear it. Then he's dead and it's a free kill. Like, you might as well take this pressure off because this guy can hold this entire cross, and if they hop in big window and kill your Mozzie, you have lost the round. So you got to make the play on this guy and you got to remove that pressure right away. Otherwise, you're going to get clapped, especially because they could be over here and pinching you too. Dear Lord, we are playing against literal morons. Well done. I mean, you're doing what you need to do, which is just kind of doing nothing and hoping they walk into you. That's how you should play defense. Too many people are overly aggressive, overpeak, and do too much. I would say you're not doing too much, and in considering your skill level, this is really smart gameplay. Let's say that. And you have the diffuser down, so they have to push you, right? They have to push you. You have the bomb down. You need to chill. You need to chill. This is the moment where you can take this 1v2 and really easily win it. Why? So they know you killed Glaz from attic, so they know you're probably in attic. If you know they're both here, which you know at least one is, you might know both, you might not. If you know they're both here, you can reposition to top white or just right here, and you can hold the cross in kids, and as they push through, they're looking attic, they go to grab the bomb, they cross this line of sight, and you kill them, right? Or you can just sit here and hold an angle on the diffuser. You don't have any cover though, so it's hard. You can place a shield down and play it like that. They have 15 seconds. They have to grab the bomb and plant, so you just need to chill. Perfect. You've repositioned. You know they're both there. You're in a great spot. They can't plant. You just had to not look the wrong way. That's the only thing there. If you just kept holding your angle, you win. That's a simple mistake. Maybe that might be an issue of the pressure getting to him. It was bad. That was bad. The fact you guys are going back here is kind of crazy because maybe you're just thinking, oh, our whole team won't die in the first 2 seconds. This is awful. This is a terrible set. Like, honestly, I would just reinforce this guy out. He's being kind of useless. Either that or reinforce one of them. I don't know. When you have teammates like this, you just kind of have to accept it and move on. And like, look, he's giving it up, so now I would just go reinforce it. There's no point having that open, especially if no one's playing there. It's just only helping the other team. So doing the same frost mats. That's fine. I mean, I still think frost is good. They didn't push in any of your mats, so I think you're okay. I think the one thing I would say is just move this mat to the big window. The big window hop in. A lot of people just won't shoot this. They'll hop in. That'll get them. I mean, just worth doing. And put your shield down, or like bring a BP. That's the other weird thing. And reinforce this. Like, you guys don't need to do this in gold, okay? You guys don't know how to play Pro League. Just reinforce this off, okay? Force them into the doorway, and then your team claps them one by one. All right, perfect. Okay, nope. Just put the shield here. Put the shield here and reinforce this. Or put it like sideways against this doorway. And I talked about it in my Oregon guide. Go watch the top floor setup, bro. This is not it. I think you're learning though. You're kind of learning as you go. I can look at how fucking garbage this rotate is, dude. Look, completely screws you because now you have to worry about the entire time. So dumb. So fucking dumb. Don't do this shit, guys. What are we doing? I think, honestly, I am seeing some patterns of like trying stuff out, seeing if it works. Like this shield. Okay, you tried it. It's not that great. You've learned, and now we've moved on. You're not going to do that again. Great. And that's it. That's all you need to do. This shield's also good. This shield's really good. Why? Because you can peek that now. Yeah, perfect. Exactly. This is what you gotta do. You just gotta adopt the mindset of learning and improving. And every single time you do something, you'll gain insight. Oh, that's not good. Maybe I'll do it a different way. That's not good. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, this is good. Maybe I'll use that from now on. Oh, I can learn that. You can expand upon this. Oh, I can put ADSs here if my teammate brings a shield like this, or if they bring a Jaeger, blah, 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 blah. And you keep learning, you keep growing, you keep becoming a better player. And that's really the core idea behind improving. So that's fantastic. Ryan Stecken, okay? Doing great. Now, if I would just reinforce this so you don't have to worry about it the entire time. You have the frost mats here as well. This is the other thing. You have these frost mats. You don't even need to hold attic, really. Like, you're so focused on this attic push, but, like, you don't really need to worry about it, especially if you reinforce this fucking thing off. Reinforce that off and sit here, and then there's the breach, and you have the shield, and you're good. Like, that's it. Or you could just not play attic. I mean, it is a power position. You could play armory. This is going to be a good spot to hold, especially with this guy repelling in. You have the cover here, the mute setup from the Oregon guide, if you've seen it. But yeah, if you have these frost mats, you can really just play from back here on this wall and just get ready to push, or just hold this and then you can swing off this at any moment, right? You're kind of just trying to shut down the push through this breach. That's the idea of the attic player, which means kind of jiggle peeking this breach, or having a bulletproof facing it from this wall, or bulletproof here, and then just playing off that info. You shouldn't be like trying to contest this area super heavily, because trophy is a choke point. If you reinforce these walls, they have to feed in through the here and through the breach. So this is where you want to meet them at the choke, instead of peeking into these really dangerous long lines of sight that they have the advantage in. Now, your team is holding this. You have your warden in here contesting this, so you should really just be holding this door, because warden only dies if this knock walks up and shoots him in the side of the head. So warden has this covered. You need to cover this for him. So you need to play off your team here, but instead you're in the middle of the open asking to get your cheeks clapped, which is not great. It's not great. You don't want to be staring out the longest angle in the universe begging to die. That's not good, especially because this guy's got the AK-12, bro, and this guy's ass, like, we figured that out the first round. But if it's anyone better, and this is not covered, this is not protecting you, dog. The soft wall is not protecting you. Can shoot through soft walls, bro. Crouching behind this is not saving you, especially because most people shoot crouch level. You're just gonna get beamed through the wall. This is way better. Perfect. Hold top white. Great. Stop changing your fucking mind, dude. Like, pick a struggle, bro. Pick a struggle. We're back to betting on hitting on 17 again, boys. Like, you can't expose yourself to here. You just can't. When you're not exposed to here, you're exposing yourself to here. When you're not exposing yourself to there, you're exposing yourself to here. Like, you're exposing yourself to all the points where you could die from, one after the other. All you need to do is chill and hold a simple angle. This, perfect. Only problem, this wall is fucking open. Reinforce this. There you go. That's better. Oh, no. Warren's about to die, probably, because you're not holding his trophy side. Okay, luckily Warden has some game sense, unlike you. But you do just need to hold this, right? This is the weak point, is this guy walking through and killing Warden. Luckily, the ace is ass, and Warden's in the middle of the open, and he's not killing him, but this is the point. This is much better. See? Look at, yeah, and you rely on those frost mats, and look, they work. You just rely on your traps. That's perfect. Reinforce this next time. Good. But this is really just stemming from a bad setup and high risk. Luckily, they don't realize your setup is really bad, but if they did, that's a huge weak point that could really screw you over. And you're just exposing yourself to every angle in the universe, like the freaking floaty guy with the car sales, the fucking tentacle arm guy. You're just walking around like that. Just sit in a fucking corner and chill. That's it. You win. Why are you peeking? It's a 4v2. I thought you knew how to play these numbers. The first round was all just to deceive me, and then you threw it all in the garbage, and now it's all going bad. Sorry. I mean, it's still going fine. Like, you're winning the round. But my point is, this is why you don't win all of your rounds. This is why you're losing, because you're playing with a freaking high-risk mentality, and you're over-peaking in 2v1s. How does this guy win? He plants the bomb. Where are you to stop that? Nowhere. You are in the middle of nowhere. You are giving this guy a 1v1 opportunity to win the round right here. I mean, you probably know the bomb's down, so you're like, oh, I'm going to get my kills. But that's just a terrible habit to get into. Look, you're just running into the middle of the open, begging that he sucks. Like, it's just, you guys have the worst habits ever. Just break these habits, guys. Work on the skills when you have the opportunity. Break your habits when you have the opportunity to. That's when you need the most mental energy, is in those 2v1s. Those moments where you think, it doesn't matter, I'm going to try to get the last kill. Those are the moments to build the habits that will set the foundation for the future of your game. And it's why you can't rank up. I'm pissed. Your bad gameplay crashed my game, dude. Look at that. My game broke because you're so ass. In this moment of my game being crashed, I had a little self-reflection. I know I'm being hard on you. You're really like, this is pretty fine gameplay. Like if I'm being completely honest, guys, I am overreacting, but you guys really piss me off. But also, it's not you, it's me. You know, like I'm like the guy with the issues. You guys are just the guy watching the guy with the issues. Just don't take it personally because I don't mean it. Okay, so you guys are good. You guys are fine. You're good at the game. You're learning. You're doing all the things right. You suck at the game, yeah, but you haven't played the game for 10,000 hours, okay? And that's fine. You're gonna get better. I suck at the game, okay? I think round 3 is just broken. We're gonna try the next one. Turns out the new match replay system they implemented is broken too, like everything else in this game. Awesome. Okay, we actually got round 4 working. All right, so we're gonna miss the final defense. That's all good. We'll just move on to attack and see how it goes from there because truthfully, attack is much harder. All right, so we're 6-2 now. We got the Blackbeard coming out. Blackbeard is a difficult operator. I don't have him very high in my beginner tier list, and honestly, my beginner tier list is really like the tier list that should be recommended for 90% of players because it's easy operators that you can't mess up and you can always play well. Blackbeard, I think he was like a B tier on there. You know, he's like you can't mess him up, but he's hard to be good with, I would say. This pre-play stone's gonna be awesome, especially if you can just capitalize off that info with your utility. I would love to see that. I mean, if you see there's a guy big one, don't need him out, hop in, push him, melee him, easiest win of your life, easiest, freest take of your life, and you pretty much win the round after that. Now we are heading to big window. I love this. I love this. I love this. Osa here, hater. Stop playing Osa if you're this guy. But Blackbeard's a great choice. Now you see this Aruni. You see big window is free. It's just the kids holes. The kid holes is gonna make this harder. You gotta get rid of this. Utility is the biggest thing. I mean, right here, you could either ask Osa to burn it. You could use your second drone since you already have it. You just want to nade this, right? You just want to blow this up. And then when it comes actually vaulting in, it's gonna be pretty tough because you have one guy holding this, one guy holding this. I mean, you don't know where he's gonna be. What the hell? Oh, it was the... Yeah, you gotta be careful of this. You gotta be careful of this, brother. Not gonna lie. I mean, you probably shouldn't play Blackbeard if you... That's bad. I mean, I would say that's a moment where you're like, oh, I didn't even realize that could happen. And that's like, all right, well, we learned. We're gonna try Blackbeard again. Let's see how this goes. You guys did lose the top floor attack, so... Okay, see, this is already an issue. What do I think the issue is with this attack so far? If you answered, we're all pushing west side and clearing the entire map in a gold lobby, you would be correct, because I guarantee you that between the 4 of you, you guys don't know how to clear this. And you got Monty over here with the diffuser, so that's even worse. Because what's gonna happen is this vigil is gonna dodge one drone, kill half your team, and then you're all gonna die. Oh my god. Brother, you can never play Blackbeard again. That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Okay, yeah, literally just stop playing him. Okay, if you want to play Blackbeard well, it doesn't mean ADS the first person you see. Okay, what's the problem here? Why are you ADS this guy? Look, the problem is he's already aimed right where you're ADSing into. He's already aimed at your head by the time you peek it, and because of perspective, he sees you way before you see him here. Plus, Blackbeard's gun is one of the worst guns, okay? It's just not good, and it's not for doing this. I can promise you it's not for doing that. You see how bouncy that shit is? So the second you repeak it, yeah, you get shit on. Why? Because this gun is better and he has a cover where, like, that was so dumb. Yeah, don't play Blackbeard if you're gonna do that. That's not how you play him. You want to seal the distance, get close, melee, because you have melee priority, or you distract while your teammates shoot him. It's not about challenging every single gunfight, especially ones where you don't have an advantage at all. If anything, you have a massive disadvantage there. All right, so we're getting off Blackbeard, so that's good. You know, that's something I'm happy to see after 2 rounds of just absolutely atrocious gameplay. Ashe is gonna be a much safer pick here. You can't really mess up with Ashe, especially the way we're playing, where we're just trying to fight people. I mean, Ashe is like a good choice for that. Running the G36 is personal preference, but I would definitely say interesting and not really as recommended. The R4C is just really good. The G36 is fine as long as you're hitting headshots, which I'm gonna be yeah, you're not, but... All right, let's see the droning. Let's go back. Sorry, I just got distracted. All right, so you drone to the showers. Not really. Okay, my question is, what if there's a guy here? What if there's a guy sitting in this corner? What if there's a guy sitting here? What if there's a guy sitting here and then just waiting for the drone to drive past and hear it, and then he just walks up the hallway on you? This is a silly way to drone that I would not recommend. It's also why I don't recommend doing a full west clear on a basement take, because you guys don't know how to clear it properly and actually take the space file. You got lucky. You got lucky that you found the vigil. You got lucky that you're aiming at where your drone was for some reason. And you're lucky that you won a 50-50 gunfight. Okay, that was 3 avenues of luck that you had to have on your side to win that. And that is part of the problem. And because you got 1 kill, you're just running through the whole map. Oh, I killed 1 guy. There can't be any more roamers. I don't have to draw anything. If there's just 1 more roamer, you just died. Like, and then what was the point of any of it? Like... Is that real? life gold player. He's a real life gold. You can't do that. Okay. Hey. Yeah, why are we droning now? I mean, you didn't want to drone the rest of the round. Why are you droning now? I mean, there's no point droning now if you weren't going to drone the rest of the map. No, I'm kidding. I'm just pissed. All right, yeah, this is a good time to drone. Figure out what's going on. It's a warden with a shotgun. What should you do? What should you do? Trick question. What should you do when you see a warden with a shotgun, guys, playing here? And you're Ash, what should you do in this situation? Not a trick question, pop quiz, sorry. Pop quiz. What should you do? You have two options. One, push the warden shotgun. Well, actually, you have three options. One is try to breach charge the lobby hatch with your breach charge, even though it's reinforced. Option two is push down the staircase on the warden with the shotgun. Option three is don't push the staircase with the warden with the shotgun, which is the right option. If you answered option three, you'd be correct, because pushing the warden with the shotgun is how you get shotgunned in the face, because this is, one, a massive disadvantage because you're going down the staircase and he can use the door to his advantage and shoot you in the legs. Two, there's a Capcan trap. Three, it's a shotgun. So you're right here. So let's see if he picks the right option, guys. Baiting. Baiting for kills. Okay. Baiting for kills. Okay. And we're going to push the warden shotgun. All right. We chose the wrong option. Oh, look what happened. You lost the gunfight. Why? Because you don't have an advantage. It doesn't matter that you think you shot him in the face. Look. One pump, you're dead. Uh-oh, we pushed the warden with the shotgun. That's what happens when you push the warden with a shotgun. Not an advantage! Take the fights to your advantage, boys! Don't do that. That is dumb, that is bad. Cool. Going to overtime. All right, Finka, also a great pick. Way better than Black. Again, don't play Blackbeard. Based on what we saw for 2 rounds straight, you don't need to play Blackbeard ever again. Until you're maybe in Champion Ela. All right, let's see. We're going big window. Again, the big window take is fine, but you're... Okay, here's the biggest thing that I'm noticing with your attacking is you guys do the same fucking thing every round and hope it works. You do the same take every round. You come to the west side on basement. You come to big window on attack. And it's like, okay, but like, it didn't work last time. Why did it not work? Because you just stuck your face in the window when they have a crossfire. Now, luckily, they somehow messed up their defense and didn't make it rotate this time. So it should be a lot easier. I mean, even this guy's a moron. Like, what is this guy doing? This is a free kill. If you can kill this Frost, you can win. But the point is, you might want to try switching up your takes and learning different takes, because it seems to me you just do the same thing every time. And the fact that you're on the roof right now is even dumber, because who are you fighting like this? Who are you killing? Are you just hoping that Frost runs through the building and runs and fucking shoves his face in the window? What is this achieving, dude? The only thing you're achieving by doing this is dying to Big Tower. And look, what do you know? What do you know? There's a guy, Big Tower. There's a guy here. Oh my God. There's a guy here. If he just looked up, he would see you proning on the roof. Oh my God. This is actually the standoff of the century. And the craziest part is this Monty is staring at this guy and you don't even know. You don't even know. Look at you. Oh my God. Oh my. Why is this guy not looking up? Bro, he watched Don't Look Up, and now all his politics have changed, and he doesn't know how to actually look up in game. Oh my God, bad joke. Okay, I'm sorry for that one. Dude, this guy's ass. Okay, the moral of the story is, if there's a guy Big Tower and he's not legally blind, you are dead. You just died like 6 times. The fact you didn't even look over at it and acknowledge that it was an option or a thing is actually crazy. Now you're gonna look. It's too late. It's too late. You could have killed this guy 17 times. There we go. Died from Big Tower. What are the odds? Okay, so basically you did absolutely nothing but put your life at risk that entire round. Just never do that. There you go. You gotta weigh the risk and the rewards. What are the rewards of proning on the top of the small tower looking down at the big window? In the 0.5% chance that a guy peeks this, I will get a kill. What are the risks? The risks are that there is a 40% chance to get peeked from Big Tower. Maybe less, 25. That's just a bad ratio. That's a losing ratio. Don't take losing ratios. Watch your own games back and be less ass. Game is so bad, it's making me stressy, bro. I don't know if it's the match replay crashing every 2 rounds or if it's just a horrible gameplay, but I've started stress eating protein bars at this point. All right, don't worry, the last round of the game works, and luckily for all of us, this round's on attack, baby, so we get to lose our mind. Again, what are the odds? What are the odds that Ryan goes west side with his whole team and tries to clear the whole map? Let's find out. Oh, the drone spawned there. Wait, he may have changed his spawn. Oh, he changed it! Orange wins. Orange wins now. Watch this. They change their approach. They change their attack. They go direct and they win the round. It's really that easy. I mean, especially since you guys have been... This is a great read. It's a fantastic read. You know that they're probably going to roam heavy considering you guys pushed this side so many times, which was stupid in the first place. You probably could have sealed the deal before overtime. But because of that, they're roaming and your direct take should be a lot more free. Now, you want to kind of do it quick. I mean, look at how garbage this setup is. This is why I advocate for direct side takes all the time. This setup is so ass. They have no E-box head holes. You B this, you B this, you B deep, you take elbow, you win the round. You kill this guy because he's you got wall hacks because he's pinged and shit. And then you just B some more. You B some more. Your team pushes through here, or you push through here. You B the backstairs. You B up the hallway. Bs are everywhere, and everyone's dead. Oh my god, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, and Ryan Stecken is gonna be the guy to do it. Okay, but now we have to use our utility, Ryan. We need to see this setup and say, God damn, that is the most ugly, nasty, garbage shit I've ever seen. And when you know that, then you just B this door. You don't need a bait for kill on this guy. No, just cross. Maybe check this with your gun first. You see no one's there. You pull out your Bs. You quick peek it. You B it off. Perfect. You have 16 seconds of freedom from this doorway. If anyone tries to get anywhere remotely close, you get pings on them and they're an easy pre-fire. So now that you've done that, what do? You B this close. You B this close. So you're here. You're right where Beffett Badman is. Crazy name. You B that, and now you can quick peek this. If he's not peeking it, you B it. And now if he pushes anywhere in this area, he gets wall hacks and you can react. Now because that's speed, you can push in a little deeper. Everything's speed, right? You push in a little deeper. You set off the traps, the yellow mine, the Fenrir, whatever. But as you do it, you get a B in here. And because you got the B in here, now all of this is clear. And now that you know all of this is clear, you just walk in. You just walk in with your gun up, you B deeper again, you clear this area, and now you have control of here. And you hold this, and you hold this, and you hope your teammate takes it back. And if he doesn't, what do? You turn around and you hold this instead. Or you drone, or you back out, and then you do it again. It doesn't matter. The point is you've gained space and used your utility. You're just sitting hoping that they peek you. Okay, here we go, Ryan. Here we go, baby. Beautiful. I want to see... Beautiful. Oh my god, take your fucking time, why don't you? Damn. Careful. He can peek it while the bees are deploying. I would be careful. Just not... What? You just be the same spot twice, brother. You already have bees here. This is doing nothing. Don't waste them. You shoot the goo mine. Okay, you shot the goo mine. Good. Okay, you don't need aim here. You don't need aim here. Why? They are not there. What are you doing? Dude, okay, you have time, but you don't have unlimited time with the bees. You need to act right away. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Perfect. See how easy that is? Why? Because you have a good gun, and they're stupid and they peek. And if they don't peek, you just B pillar out. Now they're going to have to peek or you walk on them, right? Oh god, oh god, oh god. Ryan, this is looking rough. Okay, Ryan, you didn't check a single fucking corner, dog. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. You saw this ashed open. You didn't check here or here. You were just hoping they weren't there. Look at the way you walk into this room, bro. This is what you need to do next time. Okay. Firstly, check the angle on the bomb. People do like to hold this over the bomb, you know, especially considering there's a guy here. And then when you walk in, check the corner. Don't half-ass it. This is how you guys lose gunfights, okay? Look at this half-ass. You didn't check the corner. You didn't check either corner. You just pretended to check the corner. That doesn't help you win, okay? You actually gotta check it. Don't pretend to check it. Go and pre-fire that shit in case there is someone there. Because if someone was there, you didn't check it. You just died, okay? You got Monty, so you don't need to aim at him. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. We're aiming at the right spots now. Now you have two Bs. You have two Bs and the bomb is in the bomb site, okay? You're in the site. Monty has the bomb. What do? B this off. Nobody can push through. You maintain the control by being this. And then you can B this off. If he's in here, he can't get through without getting wall hacks on him. Now, Monty is kind of throwing by going for the kill on the interrogation. This is really dumb because if Monty dies here, you guys lose the round. But luckily he didn't. All right, that's it. That was the worst thing I've ever seen. Bye.